Hi guys, I know it's been quite a long time since my last video upload, and I'll probably apologise quite a number of times throughout this video for that and for other things. So I'll just say sorry now for that, and what I'm going to do in this video is just talk you through actually what I've been doing for the last year or so, why I haven't been doing any videos, and actually what my plans are now going forward with my YouTube channel and a couple other projects and things like that. So first of all, again, sorry for not having videos up. Some of you, I'm sure, will appreciate that it actually does take quite a lot of time both to prepare the videos and actually then record them and upload them onto YouTube. And whilst I normally try and do a video or two each month, or I was doing at one point, the last year I've actually spent on a work placement, an industrial placement as part of my university degree, which I started back in May 2012, and in fact just after about a week or two after I'd actually finished my second year of university. So I've actually been working full time for a digital marketing agency, and I've learnt so much over the last year from them and from the projects I've worked on. I've been working mainly as a web developer, and looking after lots of different client projects, ranging from small little edits or function fixes to large scale database projects utilizing CMS programs like WordPress. Had some experience using Magento as an e-commerce platform, and I've also been able to build my skill set up, learning some new technologies and getting more familiar with those that I'd already been looking at. So I feel quite confident now with my HTML, my HTML5, my CSS, my CSS3, my PHP and my MySQL have definitely improved over the last year, as has my jQuery. And a lot of the new stuff that I'll be looking at over the next year will be focusing on some of those new things that I've learnt and showing you, how we can do some really nice, cool stuff. So yeah, I've spent the year with a company, gaining some valuable experience, and it was also a chance for me to kind of work out whether or not this is actually definitely what I want to do when I leave university. Is this something that I want to do as part of a career? Do I want to be a web designer and developer? And I'm fairly confident that I can say yes to that. And now, having spent this time in industry, it's been so worthwhile, and I just love the problem solving aspects of web development and what I can do online and how people can interact with that. But I'm also really interested in how obviously that benefits business users and things, and that's obviously something that my university course can help with, and actually does. A lot of the theoretical side of that actually helps with the business connections and the tasking between those two elements, both design and development as well. So that's what I've been doing the last year. Now I've actually finished now for the summer, and I've got a couple of holidays here and there, some in England, which I'm hoping the weather will be a bit kinder than it has been recently, and possibly a little trip off to France at some point as well, maybe in August. But the rest of my time, I've got a couple of little projects that I'm going to be working on now. A couple of little ideas that I've come up with since I finished that I want to now work upon and get that going. So I'm going to be doing quite a lot of development in the background on some things as well. But I obviously want to get back into my videos, onto my YouTube channel, because to be honest, this is where it really started me thinking about a career in web development and what I wanted to do, and I really enjoy doing these videos as well. So on to what am I going to be actually talking about? What tutorials are we actually going to be covering? As you can see, hopefully from the image on the screen, I've split these up into 5 areas, and this is basically what I'm going to be trying to hone my tutorial videos on and about. So there will be some HTML5 videos, which I will couple with some CSS3 as well. There'll obviously be some PHP and MySQL tutorials, which I again will couple together because they make a nice join together, and how we interact with both database back-end systems and dynamic front-end systems as well. And then I'll be doing some cool stuff with jQuery as well, showing how to animate some things, making some nice effects, and we might even touch upon some Ajax within jQuery as well, and how to do some dynamic requests to and from the server from your front end as well. And also got responsive web design, which fits into HTML5 and CSS3 quite nicely as well. And I'll be doing several videos, in fact, on how we can make one website fit across different browser sizes, different browsers themselves, and obviously different device sizes. So we've got our iPhone, our iPads, our MacBooks, but obviously not just those, Android tablets, and anything else, Android phones, etc., anything else you want to be using. So those are the 5 areas I'm going to be focusing on, but as I've said, I'll probably be joining those topics in and out, and we'll hopefully get a good blend of things, because that's a key part of web development and web design. The web is all connected with these different programming languages, and it just depends on which you use in order to develop which functionality, or how we use the programming languages to develop the functionality. So hopefully we'll be looking at some really cool stuff. Now, I've had quite a lot of requests over the last year, and that's another apology I need to make, actually. I know that lots of people have emailed me. I've used my contact form on my website, which I'll just say now is about to undergo a redevelopment and redesign too. And yes, I'm sorry that a lot of people have emailed me, and a lot of them won't have received replies, and I'm sorry for that. I honestly haven't had enough time to be able to go through all of them, and actually that raises a bigger question, a bigger problem as well, even because I don't have enough time even now really to go through all these emails that I get, if I get lots throughout the day. And as I'm sure you can imagine, I don't just sit down in front of my computer all day. I try and do some other things as well. So what I'm actually going to be doing is one of my first major projects that I'll be working on is actually a help system. Now, I could use a pre-built system, a ticketing system, for example, but actually I thought the challenge of actually making my own system would be quite cool, and how I'm going to integrate that. I've got a couple ideas to progress that further, but essentially I'll be developing a help system, so you'll be able to submit your issues in a much better format, giving me a lot more detail and even the potential to upload and include certain files as well if necessary. And that is going to take I'm looking to get that live and launched by mid to the end of July. It's going to take a little while to do, but there will be a chance, probably middle of June, for some people to do some beta testing of the system, and I will do a video near the time to how you can sign up for that, and how people will potentially be chosen for that as well. And so we've covered the help system. So what else do we need to go through? Oh yes, and I'm also going to be doing some other tutorials. Obviously, we've looked at some of the requests I've also had even have been about the jQuery slider. Now, a lot of people, the majority of comments I get are, thanks for the tutorial, it's really good. It's working really simple for me. However, I do get emails from people who saying, oh, it doesn't work, or the images are stacked up underneath each other, it doesn't seem to slide, how do I edit these settings, and so on. And again, I'm more than happy to answer those questions. Again, I haven't had the time to do that. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to do a video tutorial on some of the most common problems to hopefully answer some of those questions. And I'm hoping that will help you guys with any of the problems that you might be facing with that, because a lot of people seem to be experiencing the same things. I will just make a point that a good number of emails that I get do often state to me that actually I've done it wrong, or my code just doesn't work. They've copied it exactly. Hopefully, as you will know, looking at my tutorials, a lot of them I either code live or I show you a working result and I just talk you through the code. I 100% promise you that what I show you working on screen is then the exact same code that I then talk you through. I don't change it. It's the exact same files. I've just opened them. Having uploaded them live onto my web server. So I promise you that if you do actually follow everything in the videos, line by line, then it will work. Obviously, there are syntax errors. You miss a comma off the end, or a semicolon even off the end, or a single quote mark here, or a double quote mark. That will cause a problem, and sometimes it will be a crucial problem. It will just stop your application from working in its entirety. So it's sometimes a pain to debug, but please, if you are having any issues and you're watching this video now, it is definitely worth having a look back through the videos and seeing if you've made any tiny mistake. Not saying that all of you will, but majority of people that have said that images are stacking, for example, it's just because they've got a bit of CSS missing, or they're not including the JavaScript file correctly. Just something simple like that, and I promise you it will work. I promise. So we've gone through what I'm going to be going through in terms of the video content, why I've been so quiet the last year, and obviously the help system and things like that. I've got a couple other projects. One of them will be my new website development and design, which I'll be moving the whole site into WordPress. WordPress is the content management system that I've been working with the most over the past year, and it's something that I've become very familiar with, and I've helped to develop some really cool functionality over my last year. So I'm going to be doing some tutorials on WordPress as well. I know I started a WordPress tutorial session a couple years ago, and I didn't really get very far with it. So I'm going to be doing a complete refresh on that, from the basics of setting up your own WordPress site, to installing a theme, to creating our own theme, to creating plugins, to doing some just cool little functions in the back end and stuff like that. So we'll go through that all in time. Now, in terms of a video schedule, I will be looking to do at least one video a week, getting at least 4 out a month. So it may well be that actually one week I don't get a video out, but the next week I get 2 videos out, for example. And that'll be going on. That'll be starting from not next week, but the week after. So second week of June, that will start happening, and I'm going to be hopefully looking to get a lot more feedback from the YouTube comments as well. Hopefully get more people engaged on the videos, commenting, and again, it'd be nice to get some more sharing of the videos out there as well, and getting more engaged on some of the social media platforms as well. That'd be a nice thing to do, and I'll be looking to do that as well. So if you're following me on Twitter, then please feel free to share my video, or tweet me with any questions and things like that. And I'll also, actually, one other thing that I wanted to mention is that I'm hopefully going to be able to do some live streaming stuff at some point in the near future too, with my YouTube account. So when I do get that authorized, I will set up some form of poll to try and to give you guys a opportunity to vote on what kind of topic you'd like in terms of the live chat. It will be a discussion, it won't be a tutorial, although we might cover a couple of little functions and things. But it would be nice to have a good discussion with people, potentially tweeting me live or commenting and things like that. We'll sort something out for it, but it'd be really cool to do that. Okay, I think I've covered everything, and as always, if you haven't subscribed already, please feel free to. There will be some new content coming soon. I would, if possible, please save any emails for any queries that you might have, especially if they're about the jQuery slider, as there will be a video out soon for that one. But if you do have an urgent query, please use the contact form on my site, and I'll try and respond to that now that I've got a little bit more time on my hands. Okay, thanks for listening, guys, and there'll be some more videos out shortly.